Coming up this week on Unpicked.
Jada, again, is talking and embarrassing her husband.
I still haven't listened to the album. Have you listened to it? Oh!
He's about to say something real crazy. That's why they're coming for
This track, that was God sending the sign, but I was like, no, I'm just going to wait. I'm
going to wait. And then I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
What I'm saying.
Episode 85.
Boom.
Wow. Let's go.
Wagwan peeps, it's Venom, what you saying? Alongside my home slice, damn to the Zane. When she and I get together on the poddy, ask anybody, the vibes are insane.
Join our family and feel free to come by. We on Apple Podcast and Spotify.
Yeah.
New drop on the way every Monday at 6.
Tune in and come see what we unpick.
Venom.
Yeah.
So this or that question, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe your perspective to things in general?
How would I describe my perspective?
In general, or like your approach to reaching your perspective in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Would you say that you are cynical/skeptical, or credulous/unsuspecting?
What is credulous?
Credulous is basically like saying gullible, but in a nicer way.
Oh, no. And the first one was cynical.
Cynical or skeptical.
Yeah, more that. Cynical/skeptical.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I low-key agree with you, to be fair.
I mean, definitely sometimes people pull the wool over my eyes, but I'm not gullible. If someone gets me, like, they got me good, innit? It's a good hustle, but that's not my general stance.
Do you know what's funny? Because I always butcher pronunciations, yeah?
Mm.
I did a quick Google search just now just to make sure that I pronounced credulous correctly.
Oh, well, you going by what? No, I've never heard that word before. I know I've never heard that word before.
The way you went, I said, hold on a minute, damn it, did you say the word wrong or what? Like, are you doing that freshy thing that you do where you say words wrong?
Nah, not even. I just know I've never heard that word. I know when a word's been mispronounced and I'm like, no, you said that wrong. I was like, no, I don't know that word. Because
I used to call Southwark Southwark.
But what about Worcestershire?
And I said, what? Worcestershire. I could do that one.
Yeah, but it's easy because I've said it. But I mean, when you read it, that one messes me.
Nah, I still say Worcestershire. I can say that. And the other one, Rotherhithe Tunnel. Yeah.
What?
Rotherhithe Tunnel.
Yeah.
That's the correct way of saying it. I used to say Rotherhithe.
I thought it was Rotherhithe.
It might actually be
because the way you just said it.
Nah.
I'm like, wait, what?
No, it's Rotherhithe. I swear it's Rotherhithe Tunnel.
You might be right, but I thought it was said like Rotherhithe, like it was Hyde. I don't know. I don't drive that tunnel, but
Hithe. What'd you say? Like
Rotherhithe. Almost like it's got a D. Even though, almost like it's got a D at the end.
It could be, like the.
That
because it's got THE at the end, so maybe it's rather. Nah, it doesn't. I can't do it. But anyway, I used to call it. I never used to know how to spell it, so I used to just think people were calling it Runda.
No, but that's just English, though, man. English is mad.
No, but then my ex was laughing at me when he heard me say it the first. He's like, "What tunnel was that?" I was like, "Rotherhithe."
Wow.
He goes, "It's Rother." He goes, "It's Rotherhithe. It's Rotherhithe Tunnel." I was
like,
okay.
This high that you're giving the height. It's not that. I'm not saying I know what it is, but it's not that.
But that's what he said.
Wow.
And even I do you know what? I know I'm gonna listen to this back, and I've probably pronounced it 5 different times in the space of the time.
It's the high. You see, your tongue is leaving the mouth. With the high. It's not that. It's not that one. It ain't that one.
It's giving promises when it's not.
I know you're sick and tired of the Rotherhithe.
I'm finished. I'm actually done. How embarrassing. Anyway, guys. Hey, hello, hi peeps. It's your home /Dammy Zane. Whether you know me or not, it doesn't really matter. Those of you that have been listening for time, you know I get pronunciations wrong, but it is what it is. I am here this week with my homie, my podcast bestie, Venom.
Hey peeps, what's good?
Basically, yeah, I feel like we have to do this every other week at this point. So basically, the reason why we weren't here last week is because Venom took a trip, which we knew about when we were supposed to prep for. But you know that time when I had COVID? Yeah, that was when we were meant to prep for it, to make sure that there was no breaks. But
we're here now.
What it is.
We're back.
We're here now. I promise you guys, we will be consistent going forward because we've had a bit of a rough rocky road the last few months. The
transitional period has been a bit mad.
It's been a bit crazy, but we hand on heart, we're gonna do our very best to forewarn you if there's gonna be a break. Yeah, episode 85.
Boom!
Wow, let's go. Yeah. My G, have you seen the latest update between Jada Pinkett and Will Smith?
Yeah, I saw that you liked it. I was gonna bring it up, and then I saw your like in the comments or in the like section. Dami Zayn has liked this. I said, okay.
Did I like it?
Yeah, you did. You did. The poster I saw.
I was gonna send it to you, and then I said, no, I'm not gonna send it to you. Because we're about to record today. At this moment in time, guys, as we are recording, it's fresh.
Brand new news.
Hot topic. Do you know what I mean?
Hot off the press.
But essentially, let me give you a rundown. Jada Pinkett is releasing a book, right? It's meant to be a tell-all book. And those of you that know or do not know, when people release things, they tend to do a bit of a press tour. That's when you start seeing them doing interviews. They're out and about because they got to get their face out there so that people can remember they exist, and then they can say, I've got this product coming out, go and buy it. So Jada was in an interview. I forget the name of the show, I forget the person that was interviewing. All of that don't matter, nobody cares because of what she said to us. You feel me? You get me? Yeah. Jada again is talking and embarrassing her husband. Oh no, hold on, pause, because I always do this. I always put my opinion in when I'm telling the story. Let me chill.
Reserve it. Take it back.
Yeah, let's just take it back. Rewind. So basically, in this interview, the interviewer asked her about her relationship with Will and the rumors that have been circulating for years that they're in a open relationship or that they've separated ages ago and they just haven't done an official divorce and all that. Yeah. And she confirmed that yeah, they've been separated since 2016. They don't live together. She explained that they got tired of just trying to stick it out, basically, in their relationship. So they decided, or they made an agreement, almost like a pact, if you will, that they're gonna learn to basically figure things out between them, but not actually have a divorce.
Yeah.
So they'll live separately. They'll in front of the public eye and for the kids, obviously they're coexisting or whatever, but they don't live together. They're not actually in a relationship. They're separated, yada, yada, yada. And yeah, it's brought up a lot of conversation. It's brought up a lot of conversation on X, formerly Twitter, first of all, but then also I've seen it on Instagram and everywhere else lately, because everyone remembers the keep my wife's name out your mouth, right? And then obviously people also remember the whole
Red Table Talk.
What was that line that she said again?
Entanglement. Do
you know what I mean? Like the Disney movie.
The entanglement is what that was our first episode, no?
Literally, we spoke about that on our first episode.
That was our first episode.
Yeah, we spoke about
it. Was
Jada
hot news.
Will. Hot news, hot off the press. So, yeah. He's saying.
I have the same questions. I saw it. So to me, the narrative is, or the marketing starts from Tupac's murderer being convicted, and Jada pipe it up and saying, finally, some justice, etc., etc. And then everyone will be like, why is this woman still talking so loud when she's married to Will? I kind of feel like it's all a part of the same thing. But I have more questions than I do anything else, because I don't understand why entanglements matters then, because that's within the 7-year period that they've not been together. And also, why would you walk up on stage, bang a man in his face for making a minor joke?
What had happened was, because Jada's also revealed in the same interview that Chris Rock did actually try to move to her. So I think it makes sense that Will responded that way, because the story in Balamory is that Chris heard through the grapevine in the street that Jada and Will were divorced. Hollered at Jada and was like, since you're getting a divorce, I've had my eye on you, innit? Like, obviously, man's been waiting, creeping in the shadows. I've been waiting my turn. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've been following you for time, liking your pictures, waiting for my moment to dive into the DMs. You know what I mean? Like, to just take the leap. Man's out of the picture now. Like, do you need a shoulder to cry on? You know, let me take you out. Let me show you what a real man is. You know, all that talk that men tend to do. And Jada nicely said to him, not me adding spice, anyway. Jada said, nah, who told you we're divorced? We're not divorced.
Right.
So as far as Chris Rock is concerned, she's still with, like, not separated. She didn't say she was separated. She said, nah, we're not divorced. Everything's cool. Like, it's done. Like, so he was like, sorry, my bad type thing. But the narrative is that he's been pining over Will's wife
for a minute.
I'm guessing that Will felt a bit disrespected by that. That's what I think.
I'm not buying it, man. I'm not buying it.
That's what I think.
I'm not buying it, man.
That's what I think.
Like I'm not.
No, but deeper. Okay, you're a married man. Yeah. Imagine someone that you know of in your industry that's known about you and your wife from early. Yeah. Now, for whatever reason, seems to think that you guys have separated, or heard a rumor that you guys are separated. Let's forget that it's true. But to him, it's been made clear that's not the case, right? Won't you feel a bit like, why are you moving to my wife though? Because we're not divorced. As far as everyone else is concerned,
on the one hand, that's
ego. You shouldn't be moving to my wife.
I hear that, but like, if it's not actually my wife, then I'm just gonna be like, I don't know. It's just like, what's the point being separated if you're not actually gonna move like you're separated internally? Like, if your ego is still set up like you're in a relationship, what's the point in separating?
Yeah, but they still got deep love for each other. He can still be jealous of another man, liking his ex-wife or whatever. I don't think that's irrational. I think it happens all the time.
It happens all the time. That doesn't make it rational, though. I think it is irrational to be like, let's separate. Let's have this big old official conversation with each other. Do this for the family, separate. And then man starts moving to you, and I'm going to be acting like I asked on what is it, the Oscars? Like some massive award show. Like, I go and slap a man in his face and act like a child. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, innit? How are you going to be so mature to separate, like, from the mother of your kids, your wife, the person you've built your empire with, amicably, and have this whole setup, but then so immature that you have to go and slap someone on stage in front of a camera, in front of a live audience?
I think Will's emotions were high, and I mean, we've got an episode on this. I'm going to stick it somewhere up here, a card up here or something for you. That's
an easy one to find.
Yeah, because that one, we've done that one. But I just feel like, the thing is, some people are saying that in their Red Table talk, they kind of alluded that they were separated anyway. So this shouldn't be news to people. Because they've told people before that, in that Red Table Talk, they kind of alluded to Will also having his own entanglements,
Yeah,
not just Jada. So it kind of like it was clear that their marriage is not.
Their entanglement Red Table Talk alluded to the fact that at that point in time, it was very past tensey that they were separated or very open at a point in time. Not like it was very past tensey, and it was very specifically past tensey. Like they might have said, and then we've come back since that, but it was made to sound like it was before, and that's a different time to now. Otherwise, it would have just been like, yeah, but we're not like together like that. So I was just doing my thing, and then entanglement.
But that is what happened.
No, that's what happened.
Now we know that.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That is the case. So.
I just don't even see why Will needs to be there if it's entanglements. If you ain't even with her, like, what are you there for?
Because I feel like it would have made a really good episode.
What, for their show?
For the Red Table Talk show, yeah.
It just ended in Will getting ridiculed.
I mean, well, the whole point of it is it's Jada's show.
So the whole point of Jada is to ridicule Will.
We've been saying that from early, but Will plays into it as well. Publicity, innit? Good or bad, is publicity. And everybody tuned in. I don't watch Red Table Talks, but I watched that episode though.
I just watched the
Because after August was talking the wickedness, and then I heard that they were gonna address it. I said, hell nah, I gotta watch this. I said, where the VPN at? So I can tune in. Like, I watched it because I wanted to know. So I feel like I guess I was gullible and fell for the bait. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, it's always set up in such a way to make you fall in it. It doesn't make you gullible.
There's 2 Red Table Talks I tuned in. There was that one, and then there was the one when Jordan. Why did her surname go out of my head? You know when Kylie Jenner.
Oh yeah, I know he's Jordan
Woods. Yeah. The Jordan Woods one, when after the whole she sat on Tristan's lap and Chloe said, "What you doing sitting on all that craziness?" Yeah.
The only thing that I saw from Sri Lanka was Drake.
Oh, what's that? What about
releasing his album and then having this health complaint hiatus.
Oh, really?
You not aware of the health complaint hiatus? Ah, damn. Maybe we'll cover it next week.
No, we can cover it now.
I don't know it intimately. I just assumed you'd know because it's Bay, innit? But basically, after this album, he's taken a hiatus because he has this stomach condition. And
my babes.
Yeah. And he's been getting clapped online. You not seeing it? Him and Joe Budden gang?
Yeah. I saw that bit.
But that's the main thing I saw. I still haven't listened to the album. Have you listened to it? Oh, she's listened. I haven't even listened yet, but I can tell you have. I just read a couple comments and a couple think pieces to gain some enlightenment as to what direction the feeling was, but I haven't given my own listen. Getting clapped, boy, for this album. So, Dami Zayn, tell me how amazing it is. Tell me how many of them songs have made it to your regular plays playlist, the gym list.
Zero.
There ain't one song that I'm like,
I ain't listened to the full album. Take from that what you want.
Damn. Like that. Like you pressed start, but had to hit stop before it got to the end.
I didn't make it.
Damn.
I didn't go back.
Damn.
So I can't even give you a real review because I haven't really
Damn.
listened to the whole thing.
But you made it all the way through the house one. You made it all the way through the Drake album that's not even really a Drake album. This was actually really a Drake album and you didn't even make it all the way through. The boy has fallen from grace. All I saw was the first song where he's got the clips in his hair in the video, and his son's in the video, and he was doing his normal raps. It looked like it was a vibe. Like from what I heard, the bars were hitting and all, and I was like, okay, I won't bother trying to download it in Sri Lanka. The internet's not sick like that, and I don't want to jade the experience. I want to just have the experience, so I'll just wait. It's calm. But before I got back, boy, the internet started, and I was like, oh, and not you didn't even make it through. She said, I gotta get through this, and didn't. Damn. Didn't make it through this at all. You
see how I've been so silent? I've been so silent.
I ain't even gonna hate on man though. As soon as man said he got health complaints, I said, brother, health before everything. I don't know why people giving.
Wait, what was the last? What was the last one he did? Not the album, but the last. No, is it playlist or album that the last one? The one that sounded Utsy. What was that album?
Yeah, that was album. It was called
Was that Certified Lover Boy?
No. That was after that. Nah. It was called Honestly Never Mind.
Oh yeah.
Honestly Never Mind.
Yeah, I remember that because we were like, honestly.
Never mind, innit? But on a level, there's like 3 songs on there that I slap. I think they're just hard.
Which ones for you?
Right, so it's Text Go Green, Sticky, and I'm gonna forget the name of the other one. Not because it's not sick. I don't really remember the names of them. I just bought them straight away, like to spin. But then when I played them out, people didn't even care anyway. They were just like, I was like, no, not even for Drake. Okay, cool.
I like Sticky. Is it Currents? Anyway.
What is it called, man?
Do you know what? I've got a confession to make. You see, Honestly Never Mind, that I'm saying Honestly Never Mind. No, I minded because that album I still play it.
No, that's a banger. It's got bangers on it. That's why I'm surprised that you made it. Because the reason why I had a problem with that album is because and then I spared it. So
because it was too
exactly.
For us, innit?
So I was like, what's going on? But then I said, okay, all right. I've understood what the assignment is now. Let me just hear it out.
I will give it another chance because I'll be honest, and the thing is, I had to because with me, when I first hear an album, I have to listen to the full body of the album in one go.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back and I'll listen to it, for example, through my speakers in my house. Then I'll listen to it in the car. Then I'll listen to it with headphones.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you get a different vibe. And you hear different things when you listen to it in different places and different mediums, right? So I first played it through my speakers in my flat. I think I got to about 5-6 songs in, and then I had to go out. So that's why I actually stopped it.
Okay, fair.
So I got in the car, started it again.
It gets worse. Carry on.
Why are you so happy?
I'm not. I'm actually not.
Oh my Lord.
Seeing someone fail, or in fact, it's not even a fail thing because in my mind, this album doesn't even matter because Drake has health concerns. So that's all that that's my only
That is such
concern.
a British thing to such a British thing to do. Just like when the UK go to finals in sports, they'll be gassing it up. Then when they lose, all of a sudden, the sportsman had an injury.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they flopped. Okay.
No, but
that's what you're doing.
No, but 100%, I'm a sportsman. Like, if Drake was fine, then I'll give him whatever. You know what I mean? If his album's great,
what's this worst thing?
No, the worst thing was I'm just going to the album just to see how many songs to try and understand. Like, and you said, you didn't make it. Like, you got to like 6.
There's bare songs on this album,
but on Apple Music, it puts the stars next to like people's favorite kind of tracks, like the more popular tracks.
Yeah. But
the stars go 1 to 7, and then after 8 it stops. So everybody basically stopped where you stopped.
Everyone did, literally.
Because
I didn't feel compelled. Yeah.
The first 7 songs could never be the most popular songs unless everybody just started play and then start. And then
I didn't feel compelled, and I didn't go back. And if you check how many songs are on that album,
there's like 22.
There you go.
23.
To only get to 6.
23. Yeah, but 23 is a lot though.
That's like
you're doing a Chris Brown thing.
I heard a quarter of the album.
That's a Chris Brown
How long
thing.
has the album been out? And I haven't listened to it. It's been over a week.
Yeah, he's doing too much. You don't need to have 23 songs.
I might go back, but I don't know if I have the time. And that's a shame because everyone knows I love Drake. And it's not even him that I love. It's his music.
Oh, and the song from the Unz album, the one that I forgot the name of, is massive. That's why I was even going to check.
How does that one go again?
Let me just press play because I can't remember.
Because my head is...
Oh, when you're ready, keep it behind us.
Oh, no, that is... You do that song. I remember.
Big tune. That's a Calvin Harris thing.
I like Sticky because of the stiff hip. Because when I hear it...
Yeah.
I stiff hip to that bit.
Yeah, and Text Go Green. Nah, yeah, he's got big shit. Like,
no, that album was. Yeah. I know people taking a piss, but
no, it was that was the kind of project I can appreciate.
Not to go backwards, to stay on this one, I will give it a try. I'll give it a chance again, but just know that based on what you saw on that Apple Music thing, I'm glad I wasn't alone.
No, you ain't alone at all, boy. It looked like everybody got to 7 max. And then the numbers just
at least
dwindle.
People got to 7 because I only got to 6. I said
I'm gonna listen to it, and then next week we can.
I said I'll come back because I don't even know if I want to come back to it. Maybe it's an offline thing, but I know that with the Honestly Nevermind, it took me a few plays for me to be like, oh, I see the vision and I really like it. In the beginning, I was like, what's this?
I just didn't want that. Is my only problem. The thing is, me and Drake's relationship it's only funny because of his character versus his music. I love Drake's music, especially his bangers.
Same.
His good music, I'm all here for. I will never be like, oh no, I can't make music, whatever.
But it's you know what, for me, it's mostly that. But over the years, I've realized that I'm actually attracted to Drake. That's
that part.
But I'm by.
Yeah.
It's a sticky situation.
Can't relate.
You know what I mean, yes, yeah. Well, anyway. Let's move on to topic of the week. Did you see that clip of that pastor talking to a man like Paul from Blue Therapy?
Mm-hmm.
His wife, not Paul's wife, the pastor's wife, talking about how women should satisfy their husband sexually even if they don't want to, because the Bible says so. Did you see that?
The Bible does say so. Yes, I've seen just the clip. Just a little bit of the clip. I got the flavour of what man was talking about.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
I agreed. That's what I said. I said, I agree. A woman should be pleasing her man.
Is it?
What's
the man going to be doing?
Pleasing his woman.
Okay. As long as that last bit is added as well, then it's all good then. Well, guys, that's the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's nothing else
I don't understand why people are debating it. It's like if a guy.
I think. Okay. This is problematic.
Problem I got start.
I think the concern is multi-layered. The first concern is that he's using the Bible. He was using the Bible to justify that a woman should always give it up to her man, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But his interpretation of that particular verse or scripture is low-key a little bit out of context.
Okay.
Because it talks about both partners satisfying each other with consent.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't remove consent.
Yeah.
But the way he was talking about it was as if to say he can do what he wants with you, whether you consent to it or not. And I think there's a difference in saying you should satisfy your husband and you should satisfy your wife to, you have to have sex with him whether you want to or not. Because when you say that whether you want to or not, people think straight away consent.
Yeah, it sounds
a bit rapey. Do you know what I mean? So that was concerning. And then because of that, really, the next layer to that is the fact that we all know that there's a lot of Christians who just blindly follow what their pastor or whatever says. and they don't actually go and study the scripture themselves to learn what the scripture says and the context behind it, and therefore get the true interpretation or see it the way it's supposed to be seen. They'll just hear what someone says and be like, oh, that's golden, I'm going to take that and move. And I think if the message that he gave is interpreted to say that whether your wife consents to having sex with you or not, she has to give you sex, that can lead to rape within marriages. So that's why people were talking about it. Think pieces, concern, all of that. And then if you add the extra layer of him talking about men straying, pretty much, if your husband don't do it, then he will Adultery is a sin according to the Bible.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You can't be seen to be somewhat encouraging a behavior.
I don't think it's
You can't be like on one hand encouraging, like saying one thing is a sin and women should, and then on the other hand be encouraging men or insinuating that it's okay for men to do something else that is also a sin.
I don't think
that makes sense. So
I didn't see that.
That's not
right.
I mean, yeah, you didn't see the full thing, but like, everyone be guided. That's my new thing now. Everyone be guided. You know what I mean? Be guided in what you say and how you say it. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can rape your wife. You can rape your husband. Yeah, you can. It's possible. Rape is possible if there's no consent. The Bible doesn't say do what you want willy-nilly.
No, it doesn't
say that you have to. It says there has to be consent, but it says you should satisfy each other. It's encouraging a loving relationship.
Of course. But I think the theme, and I can't tackle it from a religious point of view. I understand he was a pastor, and that gives like a bit of gravity to his words and him speaking to a community in ways where it's not just a man sharing an opinion, but taking that element out of it and just looking at the themes of what he's saying.
The popo is about to come catch venom because I can hear them.
You can hear them coming through. Let me wait. Because Tuesday, man did just touch down. They are after me. I did get stopped in the airport a couple of times.
He's about to say something real crazy. That's why they're coming.
That was God sending the sign, but I was like, no, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait, and
then I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say
I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
I ain't gonna reconsider. Yeah,
I ain't recalling, and that's that on that.
God said the whole next police. No, I'm gonna wait.
No.
I'm
gonna say what I'm gonna say.
It's the point of, like, I see pastors and fathers and whatnot as being like the more experienced members of communities, trying to offer guidance, trying to help people in the long run. Sometimes the message that is, or the wording is not correct because they're just thinking about the end goal. And to me, the end goal is, if you're in a relationship, like a committed relationship with someone, and obviously if it's Christian faith or a faith-based relationship, then yeah, they're going to be like, you're married. You know, you don't do these things before you're married. So if you're in a marriage, there's literally no benefit to ever withholding sex from your partner at any point in time. It's never going to be beneficial. So if I'm
tired,
no, I get it. I'm not saying you can't be tired, but I'm saying that at no point in time is it ever going to be beneficial. Because you guys have committed to one another. So promiscuity is out the window. So if you need sexual satisfaction or gratification, there's only one other person in the world that can give it to you. Because most religions don't even say you should be giving it to yourself. So from that, yeah. So
I was about to say.
So from that perspective,
you shouldn't really be having a rose. You shouldn't be having a rose.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be having none of them toys.
From
you know what I'm
that
saying?
perspective, if there's only one person who can satisfy you in that way, and they're telling you no, because it's not obviously he's not talking about like a one-off thing. Like, I've got a headache tonight. I'm actually sick. I'm actually really tired. Genuine reasons. He's talking about a theme. He's talking about like you just don't feel like it. That behavior is gonna lead to infidelity. It will, because
and that infidelity is a sin.
Yeah, So actually, they're sinning because of you.
No, they're sinning because
they're sinning because of you.
No,
they're committed
it's not
to you.
When people die,
Mm-hmm.
and in Christianity and it's Judgment Day, when God's now talking to you, he's not gonna say, oh, because your wife died, I'm gonna give you a pass. Not your wife died. What am I saying?
I mean, she may have. Yeah.
What am I talking about? Hear me out. He's not gonna say. I don't know why
I went to death, but it's deadly. It's when you're not having sex, it's deadly.
Hear me out. Calm down. God damn. No, what I'm trying to say is, okay, yeah, you would have died to go to heaven. Cool. That's where death
came back from. Okay.
Right. So he's not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna give you the blight. You're not gonna go to hell because your wife wasn't sleeping with you. That's the reason why you committed adultery.
Mm.
So therefore, cool, I'll give you a pass, innit? That wasn't your fault. He's gonna say, so what? You gave into the flesh. And part of being a Christian is not to give into your flesh. It's to always stick to the word. And if the word says do not cheat, period. No matter what the reason is.
Okay, cool. But now that
when he talks to her, when he talks to her,
mm-hmm.
he might be like, well, I told you to satisfy your husband.
Mm-hmm. And you did not do that.
But he's not going to say you didn't do it, that's why he cheated. He's just going to be like,
yeah, but the reality is reality. It doesn't matter what God says on Judgment Day. The reality is reality.
It does matter. If you're a Christian and you're gonna try and use the Christian argument that you caused him to sin, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, because everyone has free will, and everybody's responsibility is to try and be as Christ-like or to abide by the word as given to us by the Lord as much as we can.
I like it, the dots, you know. By the way.
Whole conversation.
When you watch this bit back, yeah, and you see.
Do you know what's funny? You know when I'm editing, yeah, I bust up. It's like I'm watching it fresh every time. I'm like, Dammy, why you like this? But anyway,
that was yes.
Listen, Dammy's preaching on the pulpit.
Fully. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. You're speaking to the congregation. You weren't talking to me. You were talking to the congregation.
That is funny.
Said, yo.
He said, yeah. Listen, I feel like that's what I'm joking. It's not my calling. Let's not. But no, I hear what you're saying. But at the end of the day, if you're gonna come at it from a faith perspective, then no, it's like you shouldn't give into the flesh. Period. Like that's and that's in scripture. So cool. But in worldly terms, you can, I guess, say like, yeah. But at the same time, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, more seriously now, there's multiple reasons, there's loads of reasons why people might lose their libido and not be in the mood to have sex for long periods of time.
Mm-hmm.
So should a husband be insensitive to that?
It's not about being insensitive.
Is that right?
It's not about being insensitive. It's maybe more so
it kind of is.
No, it's more so about not like, I would say that sex within marriage is more of a duty than it is a feeling. It is an expression, yes, but I think to have sex with your wife or your husband, it's also a duty.
The idea of having sex with my husband out of duty,
it's a duty though.
It's so dead.
Yeah, but this is what I mean.
Just thinking about it, like, oh, I'm having sex with you out of duty. Do you know how quickly I would get bored of that sex? Personally,
I'm not saying it's the most exciting.
This is dry on schedule.
Maybe not a schedule.
Because it's duty. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's your duty. It
definitely is.
Where's the spice? Where's the romance? Where's the Scotch bonnet? Do you know what I mean? Where's the Maggie? You know what I mean? Like, where's the... Do you know what I mean? Where's the Old Bay? Where's the garlic? You know what I mean? The onion powder. Do you know what I mean? The pepper, the salt. Where's that? You're telling me duty. I want it to be spicy. Don't be telling me out of duty you have to be having sex with you. You got to be pamming your wife out of duty.
Yeah, but at the bare minimum, yeah. At the bare minimum,
yes. I'm getting so animated that I kind of flicked the camera.
That's what happened to me. I think the cable fell off the chair and then it moved it back. We moved.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
we moved.
It's not.
You know,
it's not. It's...
Ages ago we spoke about promiscuity. Yeah, we're talking about swingers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was only a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, a couple episodes ago, but for these lot, it was like a month ago at this point. And obviously, I did correctly define swingers because I went and checked, and I came with my receipts. I sent it to him. I sent him the receipts. And obviously, swingers are people in relationships.
Yeah, in long-term relationships. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't be single and be a swinger. Yes. Even though you can go to an event, but you can't be a swinger. They tend to swap partners and sleep with other swinging couples as well. That's what they do. And you called it promiscuity.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I get why you called it promiscuity because I feel like you're quite traditional in this area, in that if we're married, it should just be me and you doing the boom, boom, boom.
It's not even that. No, it's just by definition. That doesn't mean that, I could never be a swinger. And like, I don't say promiscuity like it's a us and them thing. It's just it's promiscuous.
It's a promiscuous
it's an act. Yeah, the act is promiscuous.
I don't think it is. Now, this is where it's crazy because you would think that I would be saying it's promiscuous because I'm the one that's, child of God and all that, yeah. But it's the fact that I was doing up. You know how them preachers be
listen
doing,
you said
I can't believe I was moving like a preacher. That is hilarious.
And you had this little, it was only little, but this little left and right shuffle when you was doing it. So that's why I'm like, you're talking to the congregation. This is the left side and the right side.
Because I was talking to the camera and I'm talking to you, like, you obviously, that's funny.
I said, yeah, boy.
It's because I've been watching too much TD Jakes. No, I'm joking. So where was I going with this? No, I think that people that do things like swinging, they're trying to keep the spice alive in their relationship.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's why they're doing it. So, and because it's all consensual, well, it should be, then I don't think it's promiscuous. Whereas if it was done in hiding, like cheating, bone-faced cheating, then I would call that promiscuity.
But then why can't both people consensually be promiscuous? Which is what it is. They both agreed, let's bang other people. Let's bang other people. That's like Will and Jada. Like, what?
Let's invite other people into our sexual...
Yeah, into our sexual, you get me? Because this duty to me is a little bit dead, so I want to spice it up and add some.
That's what I'm saying. But I think you're quite traditional in the way you see sex within your. Because you're talking about duty.
Yeah, I don't think it's a conversation.
Obviously, I'm the one that's not married here, so maybe that says it all in it clearly. Yeah, but to me, I don't see sex between. I don't see me having sex with my future husband as my duty. I don't see it that way. And I don't see him having sex with me as his duty.
But my duty
is to be committed to him. My duty is to stand by him, to help him with whatever, and vice versa, to support him, to love him, all of that. Yeah. But the whole sex is my duty. I don't know about that.
It is.
But hold on. But I do see it as, now that we are married, there are no boundaries between us. Yeah. And now I've got a sex partner for life. That's how I see it. But I wouldn't say duty. I think I've got an issue with the word duty.
Yeah, I think you do. But it is. And it doesn't mean 100%. It doesn't mean that now you must do your duty. I'm doing my duty. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is whether you like it or not, this is your person and you're supposed to be doing that. You are supposed to be. It's not supposed to be like...
Because just looking at the meaning of the word, like a moral or legal obligation or responsibility.
Yeah, moral obligation.
I think I'm more looking at it as the second definition.
What, legal?
a task or action that one is required to perform as part of one's job. That's what a duty is.
Yeah, I think the job of being a wife and the job of being a husband, sexually satisfying your other is part of that job. Yeah, if you're going to define being a husband or being a wife as a job, which it kind of is, it's a title with parameters that fall underneath of responsibilities and roles, then that is definitely one of your responsibilities, to sexually satisfy my significant other. That is it. That's the task. That's the duty. Do it.
I don't know about all that, you know. I don't know about all of that.
That's
Obviously, I don't want someone else to satisfy his.
And this is my point.
But sometimes just wank it.
Well, sometimes, which is my other thing, deep what it means to be a husband and to be a wife, and say no when someone asks you. Like, don't say yes and then not fulfill your duties. They'll be like, oh, he said that I said yes, and then not want to do your duties and not want to cook, not want to clean, not want to have sex.
No. Hold on.
I'm just saying.
Hold on.
They come with the thing.
I think that being a wife is more than opening your pom-pom when he wants to, cooking for him and cleaning for him. There's more to it than that. I think in our generation, men are tapped. I'm not even going to lie. Because they've taken what traditional means, and then they've got this like you're explaining it. Mm-hmm. Don't be like, oh, I said yes, but you're not ready to cook. Those are the first three things that men always talk about: cook, clean, and pam. That's it. They don't think of nothing else. Like, there's more to being a wife than cooking, cleaning, and pamming. Okay, like there's more to it than that.
Of course, but like, give me some of the other things that are in these duties.
I gave you a whole list of things that I consider to be that I should be doing for my husband. I just did that. And sex is not a duty. For me, duty is things like being his helpmate, supporting him, helping him out with things, being his emotional, mental, whatever support. Like actual, do you know what I'm saying? Things like cooking and cleaning, babes, like you're an adult. We're both adults. Mm-hmm. Part of being an adult is part of survival is being able to feed yourself. And keep yourself clean and your space clean. That's just part of being an adult. That's not my duty. That's our duty for our home. Yeah, but when you, like, a lot of men be like, if she's not gonna cook for me, clean for me, it's like ain't doing her duty. Bruh, if we're living together, yeah, and I've come home from work later than you, and you're back and the meat has been out the freezer from last night because I brought it out, why can't you cook it?
Of course. But this is... Do
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm not saying that, and men are not supposed to do the same.
No, because when men talk about it, they only talk about it as a woman's duty. Like, it's the woman's duty to cook, clean, and to have sex with me whenever I want to.
Right.
It's never like, okay, our duty is to XYZ. When it comes to telling me what a woman's duty is as a wife, you're going to quickly draw for the cook, clean, and sex straight away. They don't talk about every... And
they're high up on the list.
Yeah, do you know what's funny? I reckon there's men out there, their wives cook... this was a have you seen? I should have sent it to you. Because this... No, because she wasn't giving him the sex. And I think that's what it was that he was moaning about. Because she cooks... There was this clip, this reel, this guy was like expressing to his wife that he feels like there's a emotional disconnect between them.
Yeah.
Because she cooks, she cleans, but she's not affectionate, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So he was like, I feel like the affection is gone. Like, he was like, every once in a while, yeah, we have sex, but like, you don't touch me, you don't hug me, you don't like fill me up, you don't like make me feel like you even want me in that way. Do you get what I'm saying? So what I wanted to say was, I reckon there's people out there that their wives are doing the duties as you are listing them. They're cooking for their man, they're cleaning for their man, they're giving their man sex, but he still feels that disconnect because the sex is not giving him the disconnect. Because some women can have sex with you and you feel like, why am I here? She's just lying there staring at the ceiling, probably planning tomorrow's meal because she's got to cook food all the time. And he's probably feeling like, I don't feel like she's even enjoying this, like she even wants this, like. And I think I think if I'm gonna be honest, because you know sometimes we have these conversations and I haven't really, because guys, we don't plan our conversations, we just have them.
Just hit it up. We just hit it on the fly.
I don't always get the chance to like rationalize what my actual
feelings on
something. But I think I've literally just talked myself into what the problem is for me in calling sex a duty, because I don't want my husband to sleep with me because he feels like it's something he has to do. I want him to be sleeping with me because he thinks
wants
that
to.
I'm mad sexy and he just can't wait to rip my clothes off every single time and give me the pamming that I deserve. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's what I want. No, it's a duty. So tonight, babes. I think that's what I was talking about on schedule. Like, I've got to have sex with you because you're my wife and that's my duty as your husband. And I wouldn't want to do the same thing the other way. Oh, because I don't want you to cheat and I've got to give you the coochie every night at least, so that, because it's my duty. After a while, I'm just gonna like, literally, I'll just be like, cool, do your thing. Cool, you done. Cool, good night, love you. And you know what I mean? And I think when you call it a duty, it kind of, for me personally,
I hear that, but in a long-term relationship, when you're going like years and years and years, at some point there is gonna come times where you're maybe not feeling like.
Well, this is why you have to keep the spice alive and keep reinventing the wheel.
Saying keep the spice alive is.
You can't do the same flipping 5 positions in the same order every single time. Spend the same 2 minutes licking the coochie. Then you go, okay, babe, turn over. Same every single time. You go from missionary to back shots to, I don't know, she rides you for 10 minutes or whatever, however long she can handle it, if she got the stamina. And then that's it. You've done your sexual duty for the night. Because you do it the same way, to the point where she can even she knows how many pumps you're gonna do in missionary.
In this one and in that one.
Before, that gets boring. But if you like, okay, we're gonna introduce like toys, we're gonna try, like, remember.
But why can you not do that? What part of it being your duty stops you from introducing toys? Stops you from introducing excitement?
No, because for me, I'm talking about for me personally. When I hear duty, I'm literally hearing it as defined, a task that I have to tick off as part of my job. When you equate having sex with your partner in that way, it becomes just a tick box exercise. I don't want it to be a tick box exercise. I want us to explore different things and to learn new things about each other and ourselves as we are embark on this sexual journey with each other. And sorry, it sounds airy-fairy and like romanticized, but that's what I want. Doesn't mean it has to be softly. Sometimes we're going to go hard. Sometimes we're going to do kissy, rubby, slow, tantric, all that stuff. Sometimes we're going to go, no, we're going to move mad sometimes. Do you know what I mean? But it's, I've never tried this before. Let's try it. Let's, like, more explorative, more adventurous. Not like, okay, 5 pumps here, turn over.
Yeah,
6
but I
pumps
think
there, boom, done my jobs for the night. Peace out. See you tomorrow. I think
you've attached a whole heap of qualities to a word that aren't there.
No, it is there.
No, it's not there.
A duty. I just defined duty.
Yeah, you defined it. You defined the word.
A task. Literally, it says a task.
The word duty does not change the action of sex between two people.
Let's go back. Let's go back, because I feel like
you can go back, but damn it, the point I'm making is
let's go back.
The word does not change.
You're calling it an obligation, a task, an action that one is required to perform as part of one's job. A task or action that one is required to perform as part of one's job. A moral or legal obligation. What in that sounds sexy to you? How does that not sound like a tick box activity?
No, but damn it, you're not understanding.
Where's the spices?
You're not understanding. You're talking to me about a word. The word has no bearing on the action.
That's what you called it.
Yeah, the word has no bearing on the action.
So how can you apply the words to the action and tell me now that it doesn't have no bearing on the action?
Because sex, sex is sex.
But you also said it's a duty amongst husband and wife. Yeah. Okay.
As you say, two things can be true at once.
You applied the word, and I'm saying I don't like that word being applied to it.
Yes, but what I said is, regardless if you apply the word or not, it doesn't change what the action is. The action is sex. The action is not duty.
Okay.
So there's nothing about sex that, because it's a duty, means that it cannot be fun, cannot be explorative, cannot be creative, cannot be
I think for
all the
me,
things that you want it to be.
I don't like considering sex as a duty, because to me, I hear duty, I hear task, a job, an action to fulfill a job or an obligation or a responsibility. I can take responsibility because I do think that in a relationship you are responsible for each other's pleasure and happiness and etc. I can take responsibility. If you had said responsibility, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But you said duty.
It's a duty.
And it just takes the sexiness out of the sex for me. I heard duty, I'm like, bruh, that's a task. You're telling me it's a task at this point. It's not a task. It's a journey.
Wow. Even the pronunciation. It's a journey.
It's a journey.
Dang.
I'm quite goal orientated. So if you're telling me that to be a good wife, all I have to do is cook, clean, and give him the coochie, then that's what he'll get. I'll cook for him 3 times a day. I'll clean the house and I'll give him coochie once a day. And I've done my duties, so I must be a good wife, no?
And so if you strip away all of those duties and there's no parameters on what it means to be a good wife, how do you define yourself then?
How do I define myself as being?
Yeah, as in how do you?
What is my definition of a wife? Is what you're asking me.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. How do you then?
Okay, so my definition of a wife is a long-term partner, a long-term companion.
Then how does that differ from like a girlfriend?
Because you've signed a legal document that says you are now Mr. and Mrs.
So it's just the legal part.
Legally binding, and if you go to your place of worship and do it in front of God, then it's binding also in front of God that you are now one. You are in partnership with each other in that way. Yeah. Everything else is what you and your partner make of your own marriage. But simply put, it's a companion. That's why you say vows, because your vows are your contract terms. Simply put.
Interesting.
Whatever else you want to do is between you and your particular partner. You guys decide how you want your parameters of your marriage to be.
Yeah.
There's no set tasks other than what we have vowed in our contract terms. Other than our vows, there are no set obligations other than what we've said in our vows. Outside of that, everything else is between us. Okay, how do we want our marriage to work? Set tasks or duties will be set between the two of us, but there's no general there's no general tasks or expectations other than what you've said in your vows. Can't remember what the vows are, the generic vows that you say.
I don't even think there are generic vows. I think we looked when we were getting married.
To love, what's it? Marriage vows. Yeah, I think.
Other than to death do us part.
Death do us part.
To sickness and in health. That's all I know.
Okay, so I take you to be my husband, wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish till death do us part. According to God's holy law, in the presence of God, I make this vow. That's the traditional one. And then, if it's not done in a religious way, they just take off the last bit. The according to God's holy law, just
say without.
I take you as my spouse, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish until death do us part. That is your vows. That is your duty. That's what you have agreed to do with other witnesses. That's what you've signed for as a legal obligation. That's what you've said you're going to do according to God's law or whatever. If you're doing it in church, or if you're doing the Islamic way, whatever it says in the Quran is what you're supposed to do. That is the terms and conditions of your marriage. That's where the duties come from. So I can't tell you generally what a wife is supposed to be, because I need to have a partner that's going to be like, okay, this is how we want our marriage to be. And within our marriage, Dami, this is your thing as a wife for me. And I'll be like, this is what I need from you as my husband. And that is what that's how we will move. But there's no general, a wife has to, no. Doesn't work like that for me. That's not how I see it.
Yeah. I think it's definitely
Yeah.
somewhat unrealistic to think
No, it's not.
That your husband wouldn't say, in our marriage, I'd want the pums, and for you to say,
no,
in
but
our
I
marriage,
never
I'd
said
want the thing.
I never said that it's unrealistic to say.
No. I'm just stating that. Because it's quite obvious that
I just want to make that clear because I never said that.
Because it's quite obvious that every man would want the pums and every woman would want the ting as often as possible.
As if they're not asexual, yeah.
Yeah. So then it's pretty standard as to why I would then describe it as basically a duty. Because
some people marry. Actually, back in the day, people didn't marry for things like love and sex. They married because it made sense economically to get married, or they want to evade in certain tax responsibilities, or it was literally a contract. Okay, I'm going to marry you. We're going to join together so that we can buy a house together, so we could do this and do that. It's more recent times where people get married for the stuff that you're talking about. That's not what marriage was about before.
Wait, what? Sex?
Yeah, it wasn't.
No one
really
gets married for sex.
Exactly. So that's probably another reason why I probably don't agree that it's a duty. I think that you should want to satisfy your partner sexually both ways, and you should want to, in the realms of, or with the intention to be loyal to your partner. Let's take the Bible and Christianity out of it. Yeah. If I'm committing to you and you're committing to me, then then what we're basically saying is that we don't want to be disloyal to each other or cheat on each other, right? Which means that subsequently I have to satisfy you and you have to satisfy me in all realms of our relationship, not just sex, right? Sex is included in that. Fine. Cool. But to call it an actual duty, for me, just going back to the word because you used it, to me, I shouldn't feel obligated to sleep with you. I should feel like I want to out of love or out of our companionship and the fact that I want to be loyal to you, because I shouldn't really be wanting to have sex with someone else. I should be wanting to have sex with you and vice versa. So that's what I'm saying, if that makes sense. But I can see why men would see it as, no, it's her duty to have sex with me.
I'm not saying it's her duty to have sex with me. I'm saying it's our duty to have sex with each other.
Okay, cool. It's okay, fine.
Like, it's not a directional thing.
I can see why men feel like they have to stipulate that in a relationship it's your duty to sleep with each other. That shouldn't even need to be stipulated, is what I'm trying to say. It shouldn't. If we're committed to each other and it's a companionship and we've said our vows, then I didn't say my vows with Tom, Dick and Harry. Literally, I said my vows with Mr. So-and-so. So in me trying to be loyal to my man, then I mean it's a given that we're going to be having sex with each other. Do you know what I'm saying? The problem is a lot of people don't see companionship or being committed to each other. They don't take it seriously. So they feel like they now have to say, oh, you are required to only have sex with me. No, that should be given. If it was given, if it was a given, then people took it seriously, then people wouldn't cheat.
Yeah, of course.
But plenty of people cheat because they don't see it as, oh, I have to be loyal to my partner. We are in a companionship. We are in a commitment. We are committed to one another. I said these vows. It means it's you and I, babes. It's just us. Can't be anybody else in this. It's another reason why I don't believe in Like, you get those couples where, like, the husband starts asking the wife, can we have threesome with another woman? And the wife is saying yes. And I'm thinking, are you crazy? You think I'm going to be married and my husband's going to come and open his mouth to me and tell me that he wants to sleep, he wants me to bring another person into our marital bed, and I'm going to say yes because I'm also pamming the girl? No.
But then that's similar to swinging, no?
I never said that. But I didn't call it promiscuous.
What I'm saying is the
act of introducing other people into your relationship is similar to swinging, yeah. But I didn't call swinging promiscuous.
No, I did.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I wasn't talking about promiscuity. I was just saying it's...
And a threesome isn't cheating. It's a threesome because it's everyone's consenting.
I know.
And everyone knows about it. Yeah, so what's your point?
I was more so trying to understand why you had such a big problem with it. But
I have a problem with swinging. Did I say I'm going to swing?
He just didn't seem to have a problem with it. It didn't say that you said you was going to do it, but
in general, I haven't got a problem with threesomes in a marriage.
Okay,
in general,
okay.
I haven't got a problem with swinging in general. In my house, we ain't doing that though.
Okay.
My house. Oh, baby, you want another woman in our marriage? Okay, I'll change my wig. How about that?
I don't think it's so much about the look and more about the multiple. One, there was 2, now there's 4.
Yeah.
And all of that.
I know. I'm
doing
being
the
cheeky.
math.
I know I'm being cheeky, but no. I feel like for me, I don't think it's beneficial for women in general to have the idea that sex is a duty that they have to give or fulfill for their partner. And you can say vice versa if you want to, but I don't think it should be seen as a duty. I think that having sex with your partner should be seen as something that you just want to do.
Yeah, it should be.
In the times when life happens, like, for example, let's say you have a baby and, you know, that's 6 weeks where you're not supposed to have sex, which is prescribed by the doctor, you pass the 6 weeks and the woman still doesn't want to, then I feel like in those times, that's where things like communication and understanding come into play.
Of course.
And if it's if it's things outside of life happening, like it's things outside of, oh, I'm going through a mental health issue like depression, or I'm going through a life change as a woman like menopause, or I've just had a baby and my body's not gone back to normal yet, and things like that, and it's literally just I don't feel like having sex with my husband, then I think women in those predicaments should start asking themselves, am I even still attracted to this man? Do I still even want to be in this commitment? Maybe this isn't working for me.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I think that sex is such a big deal. Like, I've been asked this question before. Like, if you was dating a guy and then you realize, and then you've like have sex with him or whatever, you get into a relationship, you have sex with him or whatever, and the sex isn't doing it for you, would you stay? And I've always said no. I wouldn't. Because I think that sex is a big part of intimacy. So if I don't want to be intimate with my husband, and I'd have to search within myself and ask myself why that is. And if it's like literally I really don't want to have sex with him, outside of the parameters of the stuff I've already explained, like hormonal changes in women or babies, depression, mental health, whatever. If it's just everything's fine, I just don't want to have sex with him, then I have to ask myself, do I want to be with this man? That's what I have to ask myself. And I don't want you to think I'm being naive about it, because I've been in a long-term relationship before.
I'm not saying you're being naive about
1 year, 2 year, 3 year. I'm talking like 10, like almost 10 years, yeah. And obviously, there were times when it's like, okay. And I think maybe this is why, again, I'm not really into the whole it's a duty. There were times when I was just like, I feel obligated to do this. I shouldn't feel obligated to sleep with you, and I shouldn't be sleeping with you under obligation, because it feels rapey. It feels like I'm doing this and I don't really want to be here. And be like having sex with someone because you feel like you have to, as opposed to because you want to, actually removes the intimacy that person is looking for.
Mm.
And then it's like, oh, now I'm just a tool. You're just using me to wank now because technically I don't want to do this.
No, it's not. It's not about.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm telling you how it feels.
Yeah.
When you're in that situation. So I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm telling you that's how it feels. Okay. So I don't ever again want to be, especially in a marriage. That's even just boyfriend, girlfriend. That's little league. I don't be married to someone and I feel like I'm lying here. I'm staring at the ceiling. He's doing his thing and I don't want to be here. I'm doing it out of obligation. Then he's not going to feel the love that he wants to feel in that. So, and that's why I don't think it, like, if you don't feel like it anymore and there's no real external factors other than you just don't feel like it anymore, then look into it. If it's something you can't overcome, then consider, is this marriage for me anymore? Should I even be doing this? Simple. That's how I see it.
Exactly.
That's how I see it. Yeah. Because on the flip side, if I was married to someone and this guy didn't want to have sex with me, I'd be asking him, like, for real.
Yeah, well,
do you even want me to be your wife? Do you want me to be your wife?
You'd be saying to yourself,
what
I want?
I just feel like, is there something wrong? Is it me? Is it you? What can we do about it? How do we fix this? If it can't be fixed, maybe we need to think about whether we can carry on in this way.
Because it don't make sense. And it just leads to more problems.
I'm not living the rest of my life with no sex. Sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can agree with you on that.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I heard what he said. And I said, you know what? I think the fact that his accolades are religious is clouding what's happening here. Because it's...
I think that if he didn't talk about the Bible and talk about it from a Christian perspective, and he just came at it from a man's perspective, which is when I'm in a relationship with someone or when I'm married to someone, I feel like my partner should want to have sex with me and left it there. Okay. But it's the fact that he's prescribing to people, telling women, when you're married, you have to have sex with your husband. If you don't, then he has a pass to go and sleep outside. Saying that...
Oh, did he say he has a pass to go and sleep outside? Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Saying that and then trying to use the Bible to justify your prescriction...
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to say that.
Is wrong.
That doesn't make sense to say that.
Don't talk about it for yourself. Don't advise people.
Yeah, that if she's
because
not,
people will
go outside and be someone.
Even if he didn't say that last bit, let's say he didn't say that. Even if he just said, when you're married, you should have sex with your husband whether you want to or not. That is problematic. That is problematic for reasons I've already explained. It's rapey.
It definitely has that flavor to it.
No, it's rapey. Because you're basically saying whether you consent or not, you have to let him have sex with you.
That part is different though, because he's saying that you should.
It's not.
No. If he said whether you consent
he didn't
or
say
not.
should. He didn't say should. He said you have to have sex with your husband whether or not you want to. That's what he said.
Oh, okay.
And then he tried to use the Bible to justify that. And I'm saying, telling other people that you have to do something like that is like, some people will hear that and that will be their justification as to why their wife was sleeping, for example, and they thought, she's asleep, I'm going to stick my tongue in her because she has to have sex with me. She didn't say that she wants to do it tonight, but I'm going to do it anyway because whether it's a pastor or not, I was told that my wife has to have sex with me, whether she says yes or no.
But I mean, there's religion and there's the law. There's religion and there's law.
In religion, it's wrong. In law, he's wrong. Both ways, he's wrong.
Yeah, I don't know what he was quoting from the Bible.
Whatever he's quoting,
law and religion are different.
Even in law, if there's no consent, it's rape.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so you telling men and women that whether the woman wants to or not, she has to have sex with her husband. It's not even flavor rapey, it's rapey. You're saying consent or not, you can have sex with your wife. Some people will hear that and that's what they're going to hear. And that's dangerous. And then if you start adding on the fact that he's a pastor and he's trying to use the Bible incorrectly to justify what he's telling people to do, just makes it even worse, which is why I said at the beginning, there's layers to this, man. There's layers to why what he's saying is wrong. If he had just said, for me in my marriage, I do believe that we should satisfy each other sexually because we're committed to one another for the rest of our lives as per our vows, then cool, my G, that's your belief in general. But to start telling people what they should and shouldn't do, that's dangerous, man.
I know, but then at the same time, that's what comes with the territory of being a pastor. No, but I'm saying that
take the pastor thing out. He could have just been any guy. He could have been Andrew Tate.
No, what I'm saying, no, that's
no, hear me out. No. Take the Christianity out of it. Just the message on its own.
Yeah, but that's not the point that I'm making.
You should.
The point,
no.
The point I'm making is about him actually being in a position where he's often telling people how to like live their lives and instructing people. So that part was just a given. He gave bad information, but he constantly
gave bad advice.
Would be doing that act.
Yeah, but everyone does that nowadays. Like, everybody tells people what they should and shouldn't do. Everyone does that now.
Yeah, but that's by their own virtue. But he's a pastor.
But that's why I said take the pastor thing out. Even if he was just a guy that's on a platform, like a lot of red pill, whatever pill creators are, telling people how to live their life, whether you are a Christian or a Muslim or a pastor or not a pastor, it's dangerous for anyone to relay that message. It's just worse because he's a pastor, is the argument that I'm making. So I feel like he could have just kept it about him and his and not start doing up. You know, same way that when people like Andrew Tate say similar messages, it's dangerous. You're telling men that they have a right to a woman's body without her saying that she wants to let him have it. And you need to remember, sex is very, 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 very invasive for women. It's not invasive for you because you're the one sticking your ting in the cooch. But your ting's going in my body, not your ting, but the ting's going in my body, and you're gonna tell me? No, think about it. It's going in my body, and you're gonna tell me? Let's call a spade a spade. Let me be very. You can call it crude, blunt, whatever. But I'm the one that's gonna get penetrated, and you're telling me that whether I want to be penetrated or not, I have to be penetrated. Deep it.
No, I heard it.
If it was you as a woman, would you be okay with that? Maybe not.
Of course not.
You would understand. Exactly. So I get why there was outrage. Do you know what I mean? Especially from a woman's perspective, I don't expect men to ever understand that, because unless you enjoy having sex where you get done up the bum and you're the one being penetrated, you're not going to understand how invasive sex actually is to your body. If you get what I mean. So being told I have to be poked and prodded and whatever, that's mad. I'm sorry, that's crazy. You can't tell me that I have to. No. This is my body. It's not yours. It's mine. And you know, if I will let you know if I want to be invaded, thank you very much. And tonight I don't want to. End of story. Do you know what I mean? But as I've already said, if you're in a man or woman, but mainly the women, if you're in a relationship with someone and outside the parameters of hormonal changes, mental health, emotional issues, life happening, and you're just looking at your partner,
if it's a normal day,
you're looking at these things are a normal day for people, so I don't even want to use that. But what I'm saying is there's no external factors that's causing you to not want to have sex with your partner. You just don't want to have sex with your partner. Sis, I think you need to deep whether that should be your partner.
Yeah, you need to be thinking about why is it I do not want to do.
What is the problem
this
here?
Very basic thing.
If you still want to be with your partner, then you need to ask, the next question is, okay, how do we fix this? Because you're not to put the onus on you or call it a responsibility, but if you're going to, if you're committed to this person and you want this person to be happy and fulfilled, then you're both going to need to fix it. So if you still want to be there, your next question should be, okay, how do I Or how do we get back to the point where I want to have sex with you again? And it should be an open conversation. It's going to be a sticky one depending on how mature you guys are.
Or it could be a sticky one,
But it's still a conversation that needs to be had so you can fix the situation. But
I think that's
don't be going around telling people. Don't be going around telling women that they have to let their man poke and prod them and invade their body. Like, just let's not do that. That's dangerous.
Yeah, that's not. It's not the one, but
because I hear it. I do actually agree that you should be wanting. The aim should be both of you satisfy each other in that way. And there's a risk if you don't. There's a risk that the one that's not satisfied will find other means. I'm not denying that. I agree with that. But I just feel like as a woman, and the way sex works and operates normally in a heterosexual relationship, or not, I don't even want to say normally because people have different types of sex and that's still deemed as normal. Sorry to be so woke and whatever and careful, but the way in which heterosexual
gymnastics
is defined. It's normally the woman's penetrated by the man's penis. Since the woman's the one that is being invaded, her body's being invaded physically in the act of sex. Let's not go around saying that women have
maybe not invaded, maybe entered or penetrated. Invaded,
but it's an invasion.
Nah, an invasion is unwarranted.
If it's something that I didn't want to do, it's an invasion.
That's what I'm saying. An invasion is unwarranted.
Exactly. So saying to someone that whether you want to or not, it's the or not bit. It's not the whether you want to. That's great. I want to. He wants to. Let's go. Let's do the boom, boom, boom. Right. But telling me I have to even when I don't want to, that's an invasion of my body, and that's rapey.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just keep it simple. It's not okay.
It's not good advice.
It's not good advice. So I don't hear it. That's my conclusion.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't hear it.
He did come back with more talk to it.
I didn't hear more talk.
I saw it and I was like, it doesn't matter because I know that he didn't mean what he meant, or I assumed he didn't mean what he meant, but I didn't know that he said about the cheating part.
Yeah. One thing about me, is if I don't know you,
it's first impression only.
All it takes is for you to say one thing and that's it. I'm like, I ain't gonna entertain your content. I'm done. Yeah. But if I know you, I'll be like, okay, I know this person isn't inherently crazy because I actually know this person and I wouldn't associate with them if they were mad like that. So let me hear them out. But if I don't know you, I'm not hearing you out. I ain't got time for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
listening to that. Yeah.
He's not a fixture in my social or my media consumption, so I don't even remember what he looks like. So it's very much a blip. It'll have much more meaning to him and his people than to...
Do you know what's funny? I saw Paul and I said, I ain't taking this serious. From there, I was like, yeah.
Oh, snap. Did you see that Blue Therapy's coming back, though? That's a random... Did you see? Oh, okay. It's back already. Okay.
It's back. Did you see the bunda on one of the... I sent you a clip.
Send me the clip, because I've only seen 2 people from it. One couple.
Episode 1... I haven't watched it myself, but episode 1, there was a clip that went viral because this girl stood up and her bum was wow.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then the guy commented, and then, yes, so I know...
Oh, because she's got a big bum. That's why she moves like, yeah.
I think we should watch it and do our reactions again as well.
I saw her bum. Now, maybe we should do I don't know about that because of... We'll talk, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched this one.
No, I haven't watched it because I didn't know it was back yet.
I've not watched it. I'm not trying to watch it.
No?
I'm going to be honest. Nah. But I saw her bum and I said, I'm going to the gym. And I lifted mad heavy that day. I ain't even gonna lie.
Lord have mercy.
I mean, I don't think the gym can create a bum like that.
No, trust me. All right, so this is the thing about bums, yeah? And I can't even talk about bums like I used to. I used to be bare proud of my bum. I used to have a buns. But
I know because Venom tried to tell me that his bum's...
No, do you know what? Lockdown...
Tried to say that. No, let me say it. Let me say it. Tried to say that his bum is nicer than mine. Are you crazy?
Listen, lockdown had this...
I don't care what you were saying in lockdown.
Impact on man, yeah? All of this sitting down, not walking, not doing my sports. But this is to everybody who wants bunda, because obviously it's not just girl them that want bunda. Man, they want bunda too.
Oh yeah. Mm.
So what I
Man,
found,
should get a bit of bunda.
what I
Girls
found
like it.
worked well,
yeah,
is 100-meter sprints, basketball, and cycling. That will see you through. I know bare people do the squats. I don't think the squats is. I
saw a drastic change in the shape of my booty when I was walking everywhere.
Oh, walking too, yeah.
There's something about walking, girls. The bunda's been bundering. I've had comments. That and back shots. But if you're not into sex, please.
Go I cannot confirm about the latter because, boy, because I had a bunda and that was not happening. But no, trust me. And you know what a good one as well is? This is a cheeky little workout. When you're walking upstairs, take 2 steps instead of the one. And do it.
That's
quick.
why the Stairmaster. That's why the Stairmaster. I have a love-hate relationship with the Stairmaster at the gym, but that thing, it does what it needs to do, man.
Yeah, I see girls doing that.
It does what it needs to do, and it helps with your core. It helps with the back fat, everything. Like it does what it needs to do. I've been doing this gym thing properly for a while now. You know.
Yeah.
It's now part of my lifestyle. Well, yeah, like 4 times a week. It's a thing.
I'm gonna be there tomorrow for sure.
And I've been getting, like, people have been seeing it. You know, you get to that point where you can't see it, but people have been seeing it. Like, oh, damn it
takes time though. It takes time.
They might lick back this time next year. Even this podcast, no one's going to talk to me.
Jeez.
You know how I was talking before. So once I've hit the goal I want to hit, you lot ain't going to talk to me. What? Are you dumb?
Are you mad? Do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am? Do you know what I put into this?
I'm giving myself till Christmas to get back to. I've not
given myself a time. I've just said I'm a gym girl now.
Oh no, it's definitely a lifestyle, but I know what I want to see, and I reckon by Christmas, if I'm consistent, I'll see it.
I'm so militant. I've got a journal. I'm in the gym with my journal. I'm writing the weight I lifted, the reps. I'm tracking back to the week before. What did I do the week before? Is it a new PB? Like I can't lift. I can't lift less than what I lifted last week. That's why I'm lifting that at least minimum. Can I go up? Like
It's a lot. I can't even get to the PBs though, man. The PBs I set before, I'm not even close.
I'm so serious about it that I have a protein goal per day. Like I'm tracking my macros, like, and I find it fun, and I've been doing it for like a while now, and I'm finding it fun. So it's like, yeah, this is who I am now. I'm a gym babe.
Boom.
And you know what? On this point, do you know what changed it for me? Yeah. And I was made for podcasting, guys. I just have to say, I was made for it because I do this all the time. New topic, yeah. What did it for me was, I think people talk about self-care a lot, yeah, and loving yourself. I think taking care in your health and your fitness is part of that.
Of course.
I don't think you're practicing self-care unless you're practicing health and fitness as well.
No, first and foremost.
When I see people who are fit, I'm not talking skinny. I'm saying you look fit, yeah? And you're eating right, you're eating healthy. I see that as you love yourself. It's a sign that you love yourself and you care about yourself, and you know, and our regular listeners who have been consistent, you've heard me talk about mental health before and my past and how I've seen myself over the years. I think I had the epiphany this year at some point that you never really loved yourself because you've never really cared about your longevity, your future, your health, your fitness, what you're eating. How does that make me feel? Because I was always, I'm going to eat whatever I like. Even if as I'm eating it, it tastes dead. And afterwards, I feel horrible. Do you know what I mean? I had my last takeout, like God knows when. And that's literally what changed it for me. I had the food and I was like, first, I'm not even enjoying it. My taste buds are not jumping for joy. Secondly, my wallet is crying because it's flipping expensive cost of living. And thirdly, after the fact, my body doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
So why am I feeding my body something that doesn't feel good. Yeah, it doesn't feel good. But when I eat clean, I feel great. And when I prepare it myself, the food bangs. So I know it tastes nice.
And it's lighter as well.
It's lighter. My body's thanking me for it.
Less sugar, less oil.
It's a clear sign that someone loves themselves if they are fit and they eat right and they take care of how they look and they take care of, and it's more than just getting your nails done, your lashes done, and
that's all superficial. That's all external.
It's all superficial. It's got to be more than that. It's what am I doing to make sure that my heart is pumping as it should be, to make sure that I've got the right sugar and salt levels, to make sure that, do you know what I mean? Like, it's everything combined. It's not bubble baths, lighting a candle, journaling.
Because again, all of that stuff is outside of the body. When you're taking care of the inside of the body, it hits different. Yeah, you're completely right.
And I know that some people might see that as it's like fat phobic. Like when some people post a lot of like fitness stuff, they get the fat phobic comment, "Oh, you're fat phobic, that's why." And I'm like, no, it's not. I'm not fat phobic. I'm unhealthy phobic. That's what it is. I don't want a disease. I don't want to die early. I don't want to look old. I don't want to age before my time. I don't want any diseases that could have been prevented. I want to feel fit. I don't want to walk around and be out of breath. I don't want to walk up the stairs and be out of breath. I want to be able to do things and have mobility and flexibility. And that's, to me, what fitness is about. And that changed for me this year. And so since then, I've been on it.
Trust me. I'll tell you the thing about fitness as well. The part of this journey that you'll increasingly see, because it's the gift that keeps on giving, is when the more able you become, the healthier you become, the stronger you become, the better you feel. Like, it's literally like a hill that you keep going up, and it encourages you to go up. The only problem is, and this is where I messed up, is when you get to this amazing place that you've never been before, like that's even more than you even could have imagined. It's at that point, and you have to try your best not to, but it's at that point that you can become so happy with yourself that you stop just to enjoy, which is what I did. The way, like, it was different. I was so much stronger than I'd ever been. I was running faster. When we were playing five-a-side with the man them, I was killing the game. Like, everyone was like, no, I wouldn't share on my team. I was like, bruv, I was an athlete. I felt like Linford Christie is the old one, you know, Dwayne Chambers. And then, but on top of that, now, because I'm feeling so good and I'm so active, it's actually coming through. So it's like, it's not that I'm more confident, I'm not, but I'm just so happy in how I'm able to be
in myself.
It's a confidence that's coming out. So now people are interacting with me different. They're giving me different energy because I'm obviously giving them different energy. Wow.
I know. I think I've contemplated that because the reason why I've been a yo-yo dieter all my life. And I've been yo-yoing with the gym, like yo-yoing with fitness all my life up until now, up until this year. And I think the reason why I was doing that before is because I hit a goal and then I'm like, cool. But I've deeped it and I said, this time, Dami. And I know people say it's a lifestyle and it sounds all like airy-fairy and whatever. But for me, I'm not trying to get to this happy place. I'm trying to maintain a happy place. So that's the mindset I'm feeding myself from now, so that when I get there, I'll be like, no, now it's maintenance time. Yeah. But I feel like things might be slightly different for women than to men in that women's bodies change more than men does, if that makes sense. Like we have puberty. Some people will even say we've got a second.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a second.
And then your body changes again when you start having children, and then it changes again around menopause. So for women, we have a lot of different, like, almost like bodily life cycles or physical life cycles more than men do. So for me, my thing is, whatever cycle I go into next, I want my body to be able to adapt as seamlessly as possible. And the way for me to do that is to take care of my health from now. I want to be and when I say I want to look young forever, I'm not joking. I want to be one of those women who is in her 60s. And I pray that in the whatever age that I reach, that I always look like someone who took care of themselves, because I think that is very attractive. And now that I want that for me, it makes me want that for whoever I choose to be with. I would want to be with someone who takes care of more than just their appearance, but they take care of themselves, because it shows me that you love yourself. So yeah, sorry, but the reason why I said that I'm a podcaster is because I feel like that could be a topic for next week, talking about, you know, like we spoke about fat phobia before, but just like talking about like what is actually self-care and why, like just some of those things. If we want to, if it's something you guys want to hear, let us know. I think we should wrap up.
Cool. All right. So, yeah, that's been a lovely conversation as always.
Yeah, man.
Sorry again for the gap, because things happen, but
not the side eye. Look, you scratching your head. I'm done.
But we're back.
We will be here next week.
We will definitely be here next week with Bance and the rest of it. So, yeah, once again, I've been your boy Venom in the building.
And it's been your home slice, Dammy Zane.
And you can find us any and everywhere, YouTube, Spotify, whatever it may be. Follow us, leave us some comments and some likes and some stars and some ratings. And until next time, peace.